Hello and welcome to another edition of the Get Growing Weekly Work Session with Get Oiling. I'm Coach Ashley, joined today by founder of Get Oiling, Greg Kilwine. Hey, Greg.
Hey everyone, really glad you're here today.
We are. We're also excited to have Julie and Colin with us today. Hey, guys.
Hi, everyone.
How you doing, everybody?
So head over into the chat. Let us know where you're coming in from. We're thrilled to be back here another week. We are here every Thursday at noon US Eastern Time, unless it is convention or a major US holiday. So we are thrilled to have you here. I hope that you will consider coming back to join us on a future session, or if you're watching this as a replay, I hope that you will join us for your first one soon. So welcome, Illinois, Minnesota, Phoenix, Oklahoma. Fantastic. Good to have you guys here today. Keep it coming. All right. So today we've got a lot to get into. We have content created for you. If you're unfamiliar with what we offer here at Get Oiling, you have everything that you need all in one system. And we now actually create content for you to use in your system to keep your audience engaged week over week. And we have already prepared content for you to share for the entire month of September, which you'll have some time to make modifications before this would be released and go ahead and set everything up so you're good to go and you don't have to worry about what it looks like to show up every week and keep people informed and engaged in the next month. So again, we're excited to do this. I'm going to go ahead and pop out a video, as is our team. We'll come back and join you here in just a bit. Let's go get into the content that we have prepared for you here today. We do this every month. This will typically be, because we meet every Thursday, the second to last Thursday of every month. We'll get together and talk about our content for the following month. So today we're talking about September. Right? So the first thing we're going to go over here today is how this funnel works. We'll talk about what a funnel is briefly, if you're unfamiliar with the concept of a funnel, and we will talk about how this particular system works to help you keep your customers and even leads engaged. And not just learning about product, but also very specifically learning tips that are helpful to them, that are seasonal, and then giving them opportunities to respond to you and initiate conversations, which of course is how we successfully move the relationships we have forward, whether that be a lead toward becoming a Young Living customer or a customer finding their hero product and learning that they can't live without Young Living, which is what we want, right? We'll talk about how we can apply and manage these resources each month and how you can use this system to nurture leads and engage your customers. And as always, we will get into live help and Q&A. So if you have questions, if you came here today because you're working on something and you'd like some hands-on or some eyes on your work, this is the place to get help. Go ahead and add any questions, excuse me, you have to the Q&A now so that we can make sure we get to those here on the live call. And if you'd like to join us for a call like this one in the future, this is open to everyone. You don't have to be a Get Oiling customer to use this. You can be a brand partner who is just interested in working smarter. This is a great opportunity to meet community and learn more about the resources that Get Oiling provides to help you to grow smarter. And of course, we have everything that you need to grow smarter with Get Oiling. Now, if you'd like some help on a call like this one, we also dedicate the second half of these calls to this purpose. So if you'd like to reserve space on an upcoming weekly work session, you can do so by going right over here to getoiling.com/website review. And if you'd like to hand off a project to someone on our team to do for you, we've got you covered there as well. getoiling.com/concierge. All right, so let's talk about weekly content. If you've been around for long, you know that we are strong advocates for you putting out content every week to your list, and that list being people who might learn about Young Living from you in the future, as well as people who already have and who are purchasing already or who have bought in the past, right? So we need to find a way to stay top of mind and present in the inboxes or on the devices of the people that we want to stay in touch with. Now, the reason why we need to do this is because most of the time, where leads are concerned in particular, they aren't going to be ready to buy the first time they meet you, right? They aren't going to be ready to buy at their first class they might attend. They may sit down with you and learn something new and still not necessarily be ready to commit. And so, in order for the work that we're doing day to day to actually bear fruit over time, we need a consistent strategy that doesn't take up all of our waking hours, right? We don't want to be chasing people around, but what we do want essentially is to create an oasis in the desert, a place where people know that they can come to learn more, to get fed, right? And so that is really what your weekly content does. It gives people an opportunity to stay engaged with you, to build trust, and to understand that you're the go-to, right? And your customers, similarly, they're going to need guidance on their wellness journey. They aren't going to want to go buy the feelings kit just because you talked about it once. They're going to need to see how that product fits into the solution for a problem that they know that they have. And that might not be something that they're aware of today, but it might be something that they're aware of in the future, right? So this provides again an opportunity for customers to learn in a way that is seasonal, that's relevant, and provides those small actionable steps. It's not overwhelming, right? We aren't sitting down and taking a new customer through an entire course on aromatherapy or on the immune system or something that we might like to nerd out on, but perhaps they don't, right? And this weekly content allows consistent touch points that allow you to build trust and engagement with leads and customers over time, which ultimately builds good outcomes for your business, right? Meaning your people are going to be better influenced by the content that you send. People will be more likely to act on what you share and what you have to say if you've got that trust and they're paying attention. And what happens with this weekly content that we've created for you is that Young Living products are introduced, but in a natural, simple way, right? This isn't a pitch that they're receiving from you every week. What it is contextually relevant information, right? So right now, we're going to be talking about September, different topics that we are all thinking of, top of mind in September, and inserting Young Living products in context with how we show up better in that season, right? So it makes Young Living an obvious next step as opposed to something that we are just promoting and selling. Now, how this works is you've got a landing page. This is something that we've provided. This is the front door to a funnel. This is where somebody goes to on your website, they put in their name, their email, perhaps their phone, and they select that they want to receive weekly tips sent to their inbox every week. When they lead opts in on this landing page, they are then going to receive this pop-up confirmation message that's going to give them a lowdown on what to expect, right? So it's going to tell them that they're going to start receiving messages from you every Tuesday and the type of information that they can expect to see, right? No immediate email is going to go out. They're just going to get this pop-up message. And then the following Tuesday, so if they signed up on a Thursday, the next message they'll receive from you is on a Tuesday, right? If they signed up on a Tuesday in the middle of the day, they aren't going to receive that message until the following Tuesday, right? So they're going to be receiving Tuesday messages moving forward. They'll get an idea about what those will be and what you'll be talking about. And then what you'll do the last week of each month, so that's next week, you're going to go and make updates and set this system up, right? So your contacts who opted in previously. So if you have been using this funnel, because we actually started offering this much earlier this year. So if you've been using this for the majority of 2025, you're going to want to filter for the people who said yes before, right? So we're going to go into our contacts and look for our weekly wellness tips tag, and we'll make sure that we apply this new September campaign to them. And then, of course, if you are swapping out the September campaign on your landing page, anyone who opts in on that landing page will begin receiving those tips in September every Tuesday. All right, so let's talk about how we can manage this funnel every month. So the last week of every month, we're going to do just a couple of quick things. This takes 2 minutes. First thing is we want to swap out the campaign on the landing page for the next month's campaign. So if you used August's Tip Tuesday, the weekly wellness tips for August, then you would go to your landing page, you would remove the August tips there and add the September ones after you claim your campaign. And then you'll filter your leads for weekly wellness tips, which is the tag that that landing page adds to your contacts when they opt in. And we will apply this next month's campaign, the September campaign, to those contacts. Now, if that is confusing to you with me just talking through it, if it's unfamiliar, don't worry. I'm going to walk you through a visual of this. But first, let's get into what's actually in these emails. I want to make sure you're clear on what we're talking about in September. So if you want to make modifications to this campaign to better fit what you like to talk about, the conversations you like to lead, or maybe the products that you like to feature, you have the ability to go in and make those modifications. So the first week is all about supporting immunity through seasonal changes. So here we talk about how seasonal transitions impact wellness. We talk about daily immune support practices, and we feature the products Thieves Vitality and Super C Chewables, right? So these are the products that are mentioned in context with the tips about daily immune support practices and in the context of learning how seasonal transitions impact wellness, right? So you see how this comes together. We are educating on a topic, we are providing a tip, and we are incorporating recommendations for products that support implementation. Second week, we are going to talk about fall home wellness essentials, how to create a cozy, clean environment with toxin-free swaps. We'll talk about the benefits of fresh indoor air and natural cleaning. We'll feature Thieves Household Cleaner and Purification Essential Oil Blend. Week 3, we'll talk about adapting to shorter days and energy support. And we'll talk about how to maintain energy and mood as daylight decreases, the role of movement, nutrition, and essential oils in energy balance. And we will talk about Ningxia Nitro and peppermint essential oil. Week 4 is all about emotional balance for changing seasons. We'll talk about supporting mood, stress resilience as our schedules shift moving into the fall. We'll talk about how aromatherapy can influence emotions naturally. And we will talk about frankincense and bergamot essential oils to support implementation. Now, there are 5 Tuesdays in September of 2025. In the week 5, we're talking about restoring sleep rhythms for fall. Here, we'll talk about why sleep patterns change with seasonal shifts, simple ways to promote deep, restful sleep, and we will feature products cedarwood, essential oil, and deep night essence. All right. So our best practices here for this system is to make sure that once you've got all of this set up, that landing page where you're inviting people to get tips every week, you want to be putting that everywhere you show up, right? We want this to be in our social profiles, in our link in bio. You could put this behind a QR code at your vendor table. You can put this everywhere. Put it in your email signature, put it on your business cards. Share this landing page. Get my weekly tips, right? Share it everywhere because that's going to help you bring in new leads. And then you want to make sure that your new and existing customers are signed up for these tips as well, because this is good for both audiences. You want to engage with those who respond to the email. Every single one of these emails invites a response the way that it's written. It asks them to hit reply and to share something with you. So if someone does, respond to it. Engage with it and see where you can take it. If it's a lead, obviously, this is a huge opportunity for you to move them toward a consult and to sign them up with Young Living, right? To get them started with products to solve problems. If they are a customer, that gives you, again, an opportunity to go deeper and to help them have more success with using product. Then we want to make sure that we're staying consistent with this, and we'll help you do it if you're signed up for these weekly Thursday calls that we do, because we will remind you every single month when it's time to swap out your campaign, make the changes that you want to make, and of course, get this applied to the right contacts. And if you're outside of the US market, this is another reason why we do this 2 Thursdays before you need to do anything with it. If you're outside the US market, we do need to update our links inside of these campaigns, but it is quick and easy to do, and I'll show you exactly how to do it in just a moment. Now, the next thing we're going to do, and I'll walk you through this, we're going to claim and personalize our landing page if we haven't done so yet. And then we can start sharing the landing page link with leads and customers. Oh, forgive me, didn't update that there. We're going to swap the August campaign for September. And then we are going to attend our upcoming calls like you're on here right now for new topics and reminders to update. And listen, the more you share and keep this funnel updated, the more leads and customers you'll nurture. So let's go over and switch our share out here so you guys can see the blog post for our September. Actually, let me go to my weekly wellness tip content. You can see, here we go, September. Here's our September weekly wellness tips. You can see here that we talk through everything that you need to know. If you haven't gotten started with this system yet, go ahead and click this link right here. It says don't have the system set up yet. Start by claiming this bundle. What this is going to do is allow you to claim this landing page straight into your system. Now, this account I'm using today has already done this, but make sure you perform this step first if you're just getting started with this. Now, if you already have this system, then you can actually go straight over to your landing pages. And I'm going to type in the word tip. There it is. And you can actually see the version of it that you have here. Of course, make any modifications to this if you want. You can absolutely keep this as is. There's no need to change anything here unless you just really want to change it. Notice here as well that we have weekly wellness tips is the tag. If you change this, you just have to remember what this tag is, right? Whatever it is that you swap out and put here, because we need to know what this is to make sure that in October, November, and so on, we're able to go find the people who opted in to receive tips from you so that they can start receiving subsequent months campaigns, right? So this is the landing page that we're starting with if you have not yet gotten started. Now, where we're going today is right down here to get our resource bundle for September. When we open that up, we can go ahead and grant permission, claim the bundle, and then we can go over and see the campaign. You can see here that these are set to start sending on September 1st, and that means that our day one email, which is 24 hours later, it's a day later, they're going to start sending on September 2nd, which is Tuesday. So we'll send one on 2nd, 9th, 16th, 23rd, and 30th. And you can actually see here if you've got a premium or higher plan that I have you set for 9 a.m. Central. You can obviously make changes to that if you wish. Now, you can open up each of these messages and make any modifications that you like. I know that a lot of folks like to use this as a starting point for whatever they like to send. Maybe you're including a link to your blog for that week, or you are maybe promoting an upcoming event that you're offering. So feel free to please use this as a sort of weekly newsletter starting point for yourself. But what you can see here is that we open up with a sort of catchy header. We're using their first names so that it feels personalized. We're talking about something interesting, right? So we're sharing a tip here. Vitamin C is essential for immune support, but your body doesn't store it. Did you know that? I didn't. That means you need to replenish it daily through diet and supplementation. So we say that our tip is to increase our body's resilience by incorporating daily immune supporting habits, including nutrient-rich foods, hydration, and plant-based wellness solutions. And what do you know? We've got some plant-based wellness solutions right here. And you can see we've got Thieves here and Super C. These are linked. Now, what I want to show you here is that I actually used a leaf link here. And I did a little special thing here. So instead of actually writing in a member number, I put this code tag in, member_number. This, again, if you are in the US, or actually anywhere you are, actually, if you're anywhere, this end piece here that starts with the question mark, and I'll copy it here and actually show you what I'm talking about. I'll put it right down here. This thing that you see on the end of the URLs or the web addresses for each of the products, this is going to work for you no matter what market you're in. Because when you signed up for Get Oiling, you gave us your Young Living member number. And so that means that this, when it publishes, is going to have whatever your ID is, right? So you actually don't have to change this piece, but there is something that you do want to change if you are in another market. And that is, let me go over here to the beginning of this. Do you see where this is Young Living's US English product, right? So what you'll need to do is grab the link that's here. And let me just come down here and I'll put it down here. Obviously, we're not sending this as a text. You'll want to delete from here, but just so you can see this. This is the full URL, right? So this is the actual URL I got from Young Living. And then this is the tag that you have at the end of it. Now, note that this is actually something that you can have applied automatically using our leaf link feature. So if I wanted to offer Thieves Vitality and I am in the Canadian speaking US market, I'm going to go to youngliving.com. I'm going to select my Canada English here, and I'm going to look up Thieves Vitality. or I'm going to look up thieves. How about that? Because, if what you have isn't the same across markets, I'll go here to thieves and we'll find what we're looking for. So here I would actually be using the Thieves Essential Oil. There we go. So I'll copy this link. I will come right back over here. And what I'll do is, let me just hit enter a couple of times. I'm going to go here and go to more miscellaneous and click this leaf, paste that here, English, Canadian, link to product, hit OK. And you can see that it actually automatically inserts the same thing that I just showed you, except with your member number, right? Well, obviously this is the member number, quote unquote, we have for this dummy account. So you're going to take this link here. We're going to copy it and we're just going to swap it out with a link that's here and click update, right? So I'm going to go again and we're looking for Super C. I'm going to type in Super C. There's Super C. I'm going to grab the link up here. I'm going to come back over here to where I am editing my message. And here, I'm just going to take this and paste. And there we go. I can just copy that again and swap it out right here. So what I recommend that you do, if this is something that you need to do, right? If you are outside of the US market, you could actually be even quicker with this, right? Because really all you need to do is go into the original link here and then grab this question mark, sponsor ID equals member number and enroller ID equals member number. If you have that, then what I would do is just put that into like a text file or a notes app, a word processor, whatever it is that you'd like to do. Head over here to this blog post where you can see Thieves Vitality, Super C, Thieves Household Cleaner, Purification, Ningxia Nitro, Peppermint. Make yourself a list, grab all the links for those, and then just paste that end code onto each in that document so that all you really have to do is open up your campaign message and edit the link, move to the next one, and so on. And from there, it's super easy and you're good to go, right? So that's what that looks like to edit this for your market, if that's something that you need to do. And then, of course, again, if there's anything else that you would like to do to make modifications here to any of these messages, you absolutely can, right? Because really, this is something that's meant to send on your behalf. And if it needs to sound more like you, more power to you, because it should, right? All right, so once we've got this edited and modified to the degree that we like it, what we're going to do is go to our contacts and we're going to filter our contacts for our weekly wellness tips if you've been promoting this landing page already, right? If you're just getting started, you're going to follow the next step that I'm about to show you, and that's all you have to do. But if you have been promoting this and there are people who signed up for it, we have to filter for these tagged contacts. And then we are going to apply our September campaign, right? And we're going to go ahead and apply that. And you can do this today if your campaign is ready to go today, because as you might recall, those messages will not start sending until Tuesday, September 2nd, right? So it's okay that you have those applied now in August because it's not going to reach anyone until its intended time. Now, the final step here, and this is something that you want to make sure that you wait to do if you're actively sharing this and you are, for instance, you have this set up for August and you need to adjust it for September, what you need to do next week. So right now, today is the 21st. Next Tuesday is the 26th. If you are actively and have been actively promoting in August, this system, I want you to wait until the end of day on the 26th or later to follow this step. Because what we want is, for instance, if you're actively promoting and somebody right now in the third week of August, they sign up, we don't want them to wait until September 1st to get their messages from you, right? So wait to do this step until after the final Tuesday of the month. So I'm going to go back over here to my landing pages. I'm going to go type in tip again. And this is what you'll do again if you're just getting started with this, and maybe you're not going to start promoting this until end of the month. You could do this now, but highly recommend wait to do this till next week. Go to settings, and then we're just going to swap this out here for September. There we go. We will save that. And now whoever signs up on this page will start getting messages from you the first week of September. And that's it. So essentially just a quick recap, what you're going to do anytime you want to do this, you're going to find the upcoming month. First, of course, if you don't have the landing page yet, go ahead and get it. You grab the resource bundle that is the campaign. You edit the campaign if you wish to make edits. You go to your contacts, and here I'm going to show you another way to apply for your contacts here. I'm going to send a campaign. I will select the September tips, and I'm going to choose my weekly wellness tips tag and send that campaign. And again, that's not going to do anything until the first week of September because it's a date-based campaign. And then the final step, again, do this after the final Tuesday of the month is passed. You go to your landing pages, look for that Tip Tuesday weekly wellness tips landing page, and then insert that upcoming month's campaign right here. And you're good to go. Then get out there and start promoting this landing page everywhere you show up. Promote it to your customers, promote it to your leads, put it on your social, have it be everywhere you go so that people can get on your list and you can start nurturing more leads and customers toward engagement and next steps with you. All right, so if you guys have questions, feel free to pop those into the Q&A. I'm going to go ahead and start asking or going through anything that was asked here. The link to the blog, actually, it went out to you guys via email earlier here today, but here, let me pop it in right here for you. There you go. All right, so Felba says, would it be possible to explain how points work? I'm trying to figure out how many points I have, how many I get each month, and how to best put them to use. Felba, are you referring perhaps to marketing credits? Let me know. I think that might be what we're talking about here is marketing credits. So let me show you real quick what that means. All right, so in your Get Oiling account, we have this thing called marketing credits. And essentially what that is, depending on your plan level, so what type of plan you have, you will get a certain number of marketing credits each month. And what that basically means is you've got a certain ability, right, to send a certain number of emails or text messages, depending on depending on what it is that you're sending, right? So if it's an SMS message, it's going to cost a certain number of credits. If it's an MMS message, it's going to cost even more credits, and that's per person that you're sending a message to. Now, if you want to see how many credits you currently have, or credits that are rolled over, credits you've used, credits that are available, you can see all of these here under your account settings, right? And that'll be right down here, account settings, and look at my plan. If you ever want to add more marketing credits, maybe the plan that you're on is one that has fewer and you need to do a big push, then of course that is something that you can, that you could always add in the future. The ways to make best use of your business phone number, Felba, another great question. For your business phone number, first make sure that you have it set up, right? So you go over here to chat, and when you click this, then if you don't have your business phone number set up, it will prompt you to go ahead and do that. If you are currently using a service from another like voice over IP or texting provider, you can get that number ported here if you wish. And that obviously can bring everything under one roof for you. But the best way to make use of this is to basically start sharing this instead of your personal phone number, right? Have this be the number that is that's listed here under my contact info, right? So this is what's going to show up on your website. You can have this on your business cards and You can also, and I believe I talked about this a couple weeks ago, you could also create a VCF file. So it's a contact card file that would include your phone number, your email address, your website address, a picture of you. And when people add that to their contacts, you show up a little differently in their inbox. You may even show up more effectively in their inboxes when you send things because you are showing up as a contact and not just someone who's sending stuff. So that would be making best use of the business phone number. And of course, once you have that business phone number attached here, you can chat back and forth like you would if you were on like a DM type platform. So like Facebook Messenger and things like that. You can work back and forth here. This goes to their phone directly, like you're texting them from here, but it's just a dashboard for you. Um, and I believe you can also send and receive calls from that number as well from using Get Oiling directly. All right, Sherry says I'm struggling with doing blogs and sidebars. I want to be blogging daily. Sherry, let me know if you are able to come out and chat. I'd like to hear a little bit more about what you're trying to do with that. And yeah, so just maybe pop your hand up. Let me know if I can unmute you, bring you out, and we can maybe talk through that together. Okay, yes. Hi, Sherry, how can we help?
Hi, I'm not sure what I'm doing, but when I go to the blogs, I hit the sidebar or something, and I don't know how to just put a blog in. And
Got
then I
you.
want to
Okay.
take a blog excerpt to put on my Facebook page so that people will follow over to my blog.
Got you. Okay, so Sherry, what's your do you have a domain associated with your
Yep,
account? Excellent.
SherryandGreg.com.
Okay. All right. Let me share my screen here with you. Okay. So you are blogging?
Yep,
Okay. Excellent. And let me see if I can find one that
I think
has
the sidebar, let me go back to. Yeah, this one here on the side, the perils of you're losing your phone. And I don't know how it got there because
Okay.
that's supposed to be a blog of all its own.
Oh, I see. I understand. Okay. All right. So what happened here is if we go to personalized blog,
Okay.
header, footer, and sidebar.
Yep.
Yep, you've got a header for the whole blog, and then
Yep.
this is the sidebar here. So I think this is what you had intended to put into
As a blog.
uh-huh.
Yep.
Yep. So this I'll leave this here for you to maybe copy and paste into another place that you'd like for it to go.
Okay.
And it looks like you might have in your footer put something here that you might have intended to have in a blog as well.
Yep.
So yeah, I would go ahead and remove those. Let me show you here real quick an example of how that could be more optimally set up. So if I go to view this blog, you can see that there's an about here with a
Yep.
photo. There's a link to grab a habit guide, and then you've got, these are the things that are going to automatically show up. And
Okay.
then the footer for individual posts and the page itself is going to have this thing here. So that looks like on the back end, if we go to personalized blog, you can see that there's the image that you saw at the top. This
Yep.
is that's the sidebar,
Yep.
and then this is the footer.
Okay.
Right. And then I put this on individual posts as well. So I've got like if you like what you read, subscribe for updates, and this sends them to like an opt-in page for the blog. So yeah, I would recommend setting something like this up, or just, not having, it's also okay to not have anything in the sidebar or the footer, but I would definitely go and check out that personalized blog so you can remove the stuff that's in these places so they aren't showing
Yep.
up strangely for you.
So then how do I get them into a blog post?
Yeah, so for blog posts, so what I would do is here we'll just open we will open two fields here or two tabs here. So I'm going to go to personalized blog in a new tab. Is this content for two separate posts?
Yeah.
Okay. There we go. All right, so I'll go here and we've got our personalized blog post here. Okay, there we go. So what I would do is I would just
There.
copy all of this,
Yeah.
delete it, and let's go over here and write a new post. Right, and so I'm going to just call this phone draft. And we're going to save this as a draft so you can come back and revisit this later.
Okay.
And then for this one, I am just going to copy all of this in code so it's formatted the same. I will also delete that, save the changes, and then we will write another post. And this is a peace and calming draft. And I'll paste that here.
Yeah, you are wonderful at this.
All
I
right,
will
so
get there. I just need to keep doing it daily.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. You just got to stick with it. So
Yep.
yeah, both of those things are there now. And if we go and we take a look at your blog, we don't have any of the crazy stuff on the side here.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's good to go. And those are now, that content isn't lost. You've just got these as drafts now.
Okay. Thank you. Thank
Yeah,
you very
sure
much for
thing.
helping me with that because I haven't blogged since, I'm trying to step back. I didn't want to mess up anymore. And so, but now I want to get into doing it daily again. My content is almost completed for 1 year.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
Congratulations. That's
Thank
awesome.
you. Yep.
Yeah, sure thing. Sure thing.
So I'll lower my hand and thank you for your time.
Absolutely. Thanks for coming out. All right. Donna Kay says, I plan to do a vendor event in November and want the people there to sign up for Tuesday tips. On that basis, may I bypass the Tip Tuesday landing page and add them to the regular Tuesday tips? So here, Donna, or Donna Kay, sorry. I know you like to go by Kay. It always throws me off. Hey, how are you? When you say you want to bypass the landing page, tell me more about what you mean by that and what your goal is.
Just enter it manually. They will be filling out a paper, and
I
then
see.
take that and manually put it in.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So then what you would do, so you got a couple of options. If this is a big sheet of paper, right? So if you're at a vendor event and you've gotten, names, emails, et cetera, for 20 something people who said yes, what I would do is create a spreadsheet of, names in a column, emails in a column, phone numbers in a column. And then I would upload those into your virtual office, or sorry, your virtual office. You would upload those
Oh,
like you would upload your VO file. You would
okay.
upload your contacts. So that spreadsheet, you would export that as a CSV file. And we do talk about this more on our import contacts. If you just go to your Success Academy or even your dashboard, actually. And we say, I want to import contacts. Right, so let's just kind of talk through what you need to do. This talks about the VO file, but if you've got a larger list and you don't want to just go and enter them manually into that landing page, one after the other, then you could just upload those as a CSV file. And then you could just apply the tag weekly wellness tips to them. Right. So that's a part of what you're doing when you're uploading is you can apply tags to all of these new people. So you have that. And so if they have that weekly wellness tips tag, then it's just like they had opted in for the landing page. But then you're going to want to, search for those people just like you normally would and make sure that that next month's campaign is applied.
Great. Thank you.
Yeah, sure thing. And I hope that there are many, many people.
Me too.
All right. Dawn says, when we change out the August to September tips, does it delete the August tip write-ups if we have edited the bundle, or edit still saves somewhere in the Get Oiling account? So, yeah, that August content is going to be something that you are able to reuse next August if you wanted to. Or, if you wanted to, grab those and use them for other purposes, you could do that. So any of the changes that you made to the August campaign would still be there. They're just not delivering to anyone anymore because it's a date-based campaign that's only going to send in August. So if you wanted to reuse it for other purposes, you could, but any edits that you made. So when you claim a resource bundle from us, that asset becomes yours. So you edit it, you do whatever you want with it. It is fully yours in your account and it's there until you delete it. For the business phone number, do we get to pick the area code? Yes, you can. Now, depending on where you are, that could be a little challenging. Like if, for instance, if I tried to, get a business number in New York City, I'm not getting a 212. I have to go purchase a 212 from like a 212 broker. But yeah, you generally do get to pick the area code. Can you clarify the settings for the blog path? Yes, Charlotte, we've got so many great questions today. And by the way, if you're asking questions, please make sure they're getting into the Q&A because I don't want to miss anything. And if it's in the chat, I might miss it. All right, let me get into an account that I can show you. There we go. So the blog path, the link path for the blog is what we're talking about here. And essentially what this is an opportunity for you to get really specific about what the link says. Now, you could just auto create this, just use this little button right here to auto create this for you if you want to. And if you aren't somebody who is currently working toward SEO goals and you don't know what SEO is, that's okay, learn about it later. This is a place that you can really dial in, help dial in your SEO. So just a quick, just super quick bit of info here. Search engine optimization is essentially the manipulation of the information that you put into a page or a blog post that allows you the best chance of being seen first when someone searches for something. So if you wanted to write a blog post about immune support for back to school, and you want someone who searches for back to school immune support to find your blog post, then you're going to want to use words like back to school and immune support, right, in your blog post. And you'll want to have that in the title. But sometimes the way that you word the title isn't necessarily conducive to what needs to be in the link itself. And the words that are in the link itself absolutely can influence whether or not you're on the first or second page of Google, right? And so that's really the purpose of having a link path here, is to give you more options and more control over how you dial this in. Now, if all of that was, another language to you, totally understand. It's not something that you have to worry about or master yet. You can absolutely just use this auto create feature, and it's just going to give you the link path for this blog post. So, up here we could say 10 ways to improve your kids' immunity going back to school. That's way too long to put down here, but we could put, your website /blog/ back to school immunity, right? And then that's going to be a better sort of link path. So that's what that piece is about. All right, can you show us how to adjust the settings for the weekly wellness tips if we want to send it out via email only? Yes, great question. All right, so if we come over here to our campaigns, let's go find the one that we just uploaded here. There we go. If we go here, you can go to settings. And I have it set up as email preferred. And so essentially what this means is that it will only send this out via a text if you have a phone number for someone and their email address fails, right? Like if you cannot send email to them, if it bounces or they're opted out of email, it would revert to sending via text. And if you want it to be email only, you just go right here and you select email only. I like using email preferred because it does provide you a fail-safe if someone has provided a phone number to you. I tend to use email preferred or email only, but that's mostly because I'm not a big texter. If you are someone who's a big texter, then you might want to make these modifications a little bit differently. All right, Lisa says, last time I was trying to send to all my contacts and it only sent to 3. I kept trying to fix it and never could figure it out. How do we make sure all of our contacts are getting the landing page? So Lisa, depending on the information that you have for the people that you're sending to, whether or not that information is up to date, or if those people are opted in, or if they have opted out of receiving information from you. You could have, when you go to select the volume of contacts in your contact manager, you could have 10,000 people in your contact manager, but when you say, I want to email all of them, you're actually only emailing 7,000. Right? You could have 30 and only be actually mailing 23. And that could be for any number of reasons. One of them could be that that person opted out of receiving bulk messaging from you. Another could be that that is an incorrect or out of date email address that they, or maybe emails are bouncing from because their inbox is full or something to that effect. So there are a number of reasons that you might want to investigate. And if you are seeing issues with that, then I definitely recommend shooting an email to our team, support@getoiling.com, so they can help investigate if there's anything else that's going on. Definitely recommend as well for deliverability purposes, if you have a custom domain, so lisablack.com or something like this, that you also have an email address from that domain. So info@ or hello@lisablack.com. And if you have that, our team can set up a custom email server for you, which will also help improve your deliverability. And we have done some trainings on this in the past. And we also have email marketing mastery in the Success Academy. If you want to learn more about succeeding with your email marketing efforts, go over here to online resources and courses. Email Marketing Mastery is right here. It's a step-by-step course that will teach you how to grow a list and how to maintain it professionally. Now, if you want to make sure all of your contacts are getting that landing page, then what you want to do is filter for those people. Maybe do one via email and one via text if you like, depending on how you've got people's contact information and what kind of permission was given to you. And you're just going to you're going to select your contacts, and then you're going to share that link. So what that would look like is we first want to get the link itself. So let me open this in a new tab. Here I would copy the link. That's now copied to clipboard. I'll come back over here to my dashboard. I'll send an email. If I'm going to send it to everybody, just go click one message. I'm not selecting tags. I generally really recommend that you actually select tags though. So if these are your VO uploads, or these are your leads from a vendor event or whatever, I really recommend working with tags to send to multiple people at once, because it's going to help you to communicate more effectively. It's going to help people feel like you are paying attention to them and not just treating them like a number. But anyway, we go right here to write email, and here we will say, head over here to learn about the weekly tips I am sending out. And then I will say weekly wellness tips, and I will create a link, paste in that URL that we just copied to clipboard. I'm going to click insert, and there we go, right? And so I might say, hello, right? And that's how you would send this out to however many contacts you have that are opted in to receive email from you. All right, Allison says, I jumped in late, just double checking that it's usual with the weekly tips. Claim the resource, edit if needed, correct. Filter contacts to tips tag and add campaign to those filtered, yes. And then after the last Tuesday of the month, change the August campaign to September campaign on landing page. Yes, you got it, Allison, perfect. All right, Lisa says, why wouldn't we send the landing page every month to try and get more people? Well, so you wouldn't send the landing page via email every month to get more people, because the people that you have are the people who are opted in for this. Now, if you have a large list of people who are not opted in to this landing page, they don't have the weekly wellness tips tags. So if you have a large amount of people and you only have a couple people that have the weekly wellness tips tag, then you could absolutely be promoting to the larger list of people to get your weekly wellness tips, right? But generally speaking, people so if you want somebody to receive emails from you every single week of the month, then all they really need to do is opt in on that landing page. So unless you, again, have a very large list or some larger list of people who aren't opted into this thing, you don't need to be promoting the landing page to your list, because these are people who are already on your list, right? The purpose of the weekly wellness tips is to get people onto your list. All right. Joanne says, need tips for Southern Hemisphere. So actually what we've done, and what my recommendation is for Southern Hemisphere is to just take the flip of the season. So what would that be in August, season wise? So if we are going into the fall, that means you guys are going into the spring. So we actually have, if you look at our, you'll want to obviously make some modifications to the campaign itself. But here, let me show you. So if we go to, yeah, if we go and we just go to weekly wellness tip content, we can actually scroll back and find going all the way back to, I want to say it was, yeah, March, right? So at this point, we actually have enough season that we've created so that if you're in the Southern Hemisphere, you would just want to go, because I mean, essentially what we're talking about in March is the stuff that you guys would probably be talking about in, in this time of year in the Southern Hemisphere. So I would go in and grab one of those campaigns. Obviously, you're going to be changing the name of the month, right? And you might want to change any mentions to holidays and other things that are happening. But you would actually get seasonal tips just on the flip side if you're in the Southern Hemisphere. Sherry says, we've also come up with a name for our company, and how do I add it here? Is it better to stay personal? I also want to add our post on personal pages. Not sure how it would be done, how I should be doing this, the way to be seen, inspired to make sense. I like that name. We're doing multiple income streams, so will this page work for all the things? So generally speaking, Sherry, if what you're offering is network marketing, which is what Young Living is at its core, and if what you're offering, maybe adjacent to Young Living, are things that are services based, information based, at the end of the day, the most valuable brand that you can be building is not a clever business name, but your own, right? It's your own name. It's who you are, because that's who the trust is being built with, right? So you can absolutely promote yourself and other offers using Get Oiling. You do not have to lead with Young Living. In fact, a lot of what we ultimately teach is that you don't lead with Young Living, because nobody wants to buy the ticket to a movie when they already know the ending, right? Nobody wants to read that book if they know the ending to that story. So if you're leading with you, then you are letting people know who you are, and you're allowing them to build that trust with you. And so if you have a business name, that's great. But that is not going to be something that really helps you with your online presence, right? Having a business name just means that you came up with a business name. Your name, you, the person, are the person that the people that you want to influence is going to be developing trust in a relationship with. And so I will always really kind of stand on the side of branding yourself. I mean, I brand myself, I have a business name, but most people don't even know it, right? Because they don't need to. The name of my business doesn't really matter to them. What matters is that I know them and they know that I can help them, right? And that's the phenomenon that we want to really be creating. So I wouldn't worry too much about that. But if you really wanted to, yes, you can. You can manage multiple domains with Get Oiling as well. So if you had a domain for a separate business, maybe you've got a services business that's like local to where you are, farmers market, something like that, that is adjacent to, but not related enough to what you're doing with Young Living to where you needed to have a separate domain name for a website, you can do that with Get Oiling. But generally, my recommendation is going to be to brand yourself. All right, Allison says, I was wondering if there's a way to make an event like Evite with food to bring list, guessing that will need to be a page, and have guests be able to see what others are bringing, looking to create a girls potluck game night. Oh, how fun. I mean, the way to pull something like that off, I think, is going to be in a vault. So I would maybe just invite people into a free community, and part of that community means you're going to get an invite to this potluck game night, and then you can have, maybe folks participating in a discussion room for that. That would be how I would set that up. All right, each month you have way more than 3 people. Lisa, would you like to come out and chat? I'd like to work through that with you if you are interested. Pop your hand up here in Zoom and we can get clarity on that for sure. Hey there. All right, tell me what's going on with your contacts.
No, it's basically what you were already saying earlier. I have 600 and something contacts.
Oh, hold on just a second. Sorry about that. Zoom just did something strange. Okay, sorry. Okay, you had 600 something contacts. Go ahead.
Yeah. And that's what I was saying is the last time that I sent the landing page, it only went to 3. And that was my very first time to ever do it. So I didn't even give all of those people a chance to join the landing page.
I see.
So
Okay.
that's what my question is I clicked or did something wrong that it only sent to a few people. And I
Okay.
send a newsletter every month. I do all of that. But there's something about this that I have a brain block about.
Okay. So this is our history of what was sent. What was the name of or do you remember when you sent it or what the title was when you sent that invite out?
It was for the August tips.
Okay. Oh, so this one, August newsletter. This
Yeah.
one?
Yes.
Okay.
And it said, okay, this is totally the opposite. Now, let me say that somebody tried to help me fix this from Get Oiling. So it may have resent or they did something. I don't know.
Okay.
But I'm still lost because whatever I did the first time, only a few people, it showed that it only delivered to a few people. And then I don't know. I'm confused.
Okay, got you. Understood. So when you sent this out,
Now that's my newsletter.
okay, that's a sway. All right. So was this the one that you actually sent out that invited to the landing page?
No. I'm sorry. I did y'all's August. I'm sorry. I didn't do August. I did July, August tips.
Okay.
I tried to do July, August tips. That's my newsletter again. I
Okay.
tried to do the July, August tips, and it kept saying that it was only sending, I think it said to 3 people. And so that's why I was asking my earlier questions that there was something I did wrong that it only sent to a few people.
Okay. Well, it looks like no one was actually added in June or July, or nobody was sent this campaign in June or July. It does look like this one in June, maybe you sent out to all of your contacts. So I think what maybe happened here for this one is that you might have sent this to everyone instead of just filtering for people who opted in. So let me see on our landing page here.
But don't you have to send it to everyone to get somebody to opt in?
No, what we need to do is we need to share this page with that 690 something people, right? So what we would be doing here is, let me go back here. So I'm going to copy this link. Oh, not that one. Sorry, this one. Tip Tuesday, this one. And what we would do is we would go to our dashboard and we would go send a message to our people and we would invite them, get my weekly tips. Or want my weekly tips. How about that? Want my weekly tips. All right. And here, this is where we would say, head over here to learn more and sign up for weekly tips. And then we would make that cute.
I never did this. I didn't know I was supposed to do this. So this is really helping.
Yeah, so essentially what we're doing is we want to take everybody who knows you and we want those people to know that they could get weekly tips from you, but for them to get those weekly tips, they got to go here.
Okay.
Right? And so when they do, they're going to, let me go back and find this. When they do, they are then going to be tagged with weekly wellness tips, right? Because you see right here where it says weekly wellness tips.
Yes.
So when those people go to that landing page, they put in their name and their email, they're going to be tagged with this. And that means that moving forward, what you would do is you would go over here. Oh, let me get out of here. You would go over here and you would be filtering for weekly wellness tips. So people who have weekly wellness tips as a tag on their contact, we would then send the campaign to those people
Okay,
the
because
following month.
they opted in.
Yes, that's right. Yes, this is the segment of your list that said yes to your weekly wellness tips. Yes.
Okay, I
Yes.
thought that I just went in July for the first time ever and I clicked on it. I thought it went out to everybody. I didn't know you had to do the one asking the first one that you
Mhm.
just did. The first, do you want my weekly wellness tips? I didn't know we did that first. I
Yeah,
thought
that's the permission piece. Well, and to be fair, the way that obviously put that invite out there, and what I would encourage you to potentially do is here, let's go over here. What could be really helpful for you is if you go into your contact settings under general,
Yeah.
you've got this I'd love to visit with you
yes.
here, and then I'll say get my weekly tips. And we'll just put this right here. And every time you send an email, people see that there's an opportunity to go get your weekly tips,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
And so those are always there. And you can go and send an invite out and know that, if you get 20% of people to open and say yes to something that you send via email, you're doing extraordinarily well.
Okay.
So, if you've got the 690 something, I assume that's from your VO file upload largely, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, that just basically means that those are people who signed up under you or someone else in your organization for Young Living, and not necessarily that there's someone who said, I know Lisa and I have a
Right.
relationship with Lisa and I want to hear from her. And so you do want to communicate sparingly with the just that huge list, because it's very possible that a lot of them don't know you or have a relationship with you. And that's why you send out that invitation. You say, hey, you may or may not know me. I'm Lisa. I'm a part of your support and your support team, and I share weekly tips. If you would like those, here you
Do
can
you
go.
do that with your newsletter as well?
Well, I mean, the weekly tips can stand in for your newsletter, or you could take whatever you would put in your newsletter and put it into the campaign for the tips, right?
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah, so you can actually combine them so that you just have the one thing.
Okay.
And
And then each
that makes it a
month,
little easier.
if we one last question, each
Mhm.
month if we for our new signups, instead of just adding them in here, do we need to send them each month that weekly? Do you want my weekly tips
Yeah,
invitation?
when you're signing someone new up, I would absolutely just make it a practice when you're signing up a new customer. Say, hey, I send out weekly tips. Do you want me to go ahead and sign you up for them? And then you sign them up. Just use that landing page, sign them up for it, or go ahead and just tag them with weekly wellness tips.
Okay.
And then yeah, what you can do, and it's been a while since I've taught on this, but when you do a new VO upload, which depending on how big your team is, how quickly it's growing, definitely do it once a month. With a much larger team, I would do this maybe once a week. But I would take all of the new people. So you have an opportunity when you're uploading from the VO into Get Oiling, you can provide like a tag to only the new contacts. Because obviously the VO file is going to update information for everybody who's, even people that have been with you for 10 years.
Right.
But then you want to just tag the people who are new to your system and filter for those people and send this invite to them. You could certainly do that. And that might also be where you invite to your private member area if you have one. So
Okay.
a lot of options there.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
absolutely. So many great questions today. All right, Gina says, I added the landing page campaign in the September bundle, but when I go to landing pages, I'm not seeing the weekly wellness page. Let me take a look here real quick. And we'll check this out. Okay, I'm in your account here. If we go to landing pages, it does not look like you've actually claimed. Yeah, you haven't actually claimed the landing page yet. So you've added the campaign from the September bundle. So if we go back to, let me find this real quick. Just gonna let me open this link. Bear with me just a second. Here we go. So what needs to happen here is you need to go right here to get this landing page resource. And we're just going to claim that. And now you have it, right? So now you can add that September. There we go. And this one would be good to go if you're just getting started. So this would be, now that we're in your landing pages, you just hadn't claimed the landing page yet. So now you can just look for this, and this is what you're going to copy and share and provide wherever you would like to put it. All right. Would we exclude the tips tag if we're promoting to the list? Well, list is really going to depend on purpose, right? So I generally don't recommend ever just sending an email without filtering for at least one tag, right? Because especially if you're someone who imports your VO file, you don't have express permission on a functional like email marketing basis to email every single person in your VO file, right? So when you go and you email everyone without filtering for a tag, you are emailing people who don't know you, right? So it is important for you to utilize tags. Obviously, if you're promoting to your customers, you should have an active customer tag perhaps, or maybe your personals. So I would really kind of be looking to how you manage that. Obviously, you're going to have certain tags for leads. Obviously, promote to your leads. Those are people who have opted in and have explicitly opted in to hear from you from a marketing perspective. But definitely do be mindful about how you send messages out to your entire list if you're uploading from Young Living. If I had previous weekly tips before you gave us yours, would it be okay to combine those tags? Or should I give them the opportunity to opt in since it's been a while since I did those weekly tips? If it's been more than 90 days to 6 months since you mailed that list who said yes to weekly tips before, then I would give them the opportunity to opt in again. Because 6 months, even 90 days, 3 months is light years in the email marketing world. So if you haven't been consistent for multiple months, then I would assume starting over as new because those people have fallen out of a habit of hearing from you, and you don't want to risk the unsubscribes, maybe being reported as spam, etc. If people receive things that they aren't expecting. Are there other done for you content besides the weekly wellness tips? Yes, not in the same format though, Melissa. We have page templates. We have done for you campaigns that are inside the system. If you go to any of the courses in the online resources and courses in the Success Academy, there's loads of stuff in there that you can add straight into your account. If you go here, if you go and you learn from any of our previous trainings, we've got resource bundles in lots of these as well. So the answer is yes, there is a ton of stuff that we have done for you. Loads of it. But it's not like a shoppable thing. It's really going to be contextual to the outcome you're looking for, right? So if you're looking for, you want to do wellness consults, I've made done for you resources for you to run wellness consults. So if you go to our library here in the Success Academy and you type in wellness consult, you're going to find training on the wellness consult. You're going to get the resource bundle, and you will, of course, be able to watch the training that gives you all of the steps that you need to follow, right? Because if I just give you this bundle, you're not going to know what to do with it, right? So you definitely want to make sure that you are checking out the training that goes along with it, right? So yes, tons of it, tons of it. It's just all tied to the outcome that you're looking for. All right. I hope we do some strategic tag training and momentum. Yeah. So Allison, one of the best places that you can learn about the sort of strategic list segmentation and tagging, we do have some of that in Momentum, but the best place for you to go, honestly, to learn about segmenting your list and just best practices for email marketing is going to be this course right here, Email Marketing Mastery. Right? This is what's going to really help give you the full professional lowdown on what to do there. All right, so let me see. Had trouble finding some. What was the section again to find them? Yes, the Success Academy. I'll show you one more time. Thank you guys for just being so present and asking so many great questions here today. It's been awesome. All right, so you go to the Success Academy. So where I was recommending that you go, Melissa, if you're looking for a particular topic, first see if it's something that we actually cover here, right? Because these are all courses like this one. Oh my gosh, you want like done for you website templates that shows you like what to say and what parts and all of that. You can go here. Marketing Mastery are like systems that run your business, move your groups off of Facebook, lead generation. There's all kinds of stuff here. But if you don't find it here, or you want something that's more specific, like if you want to set up a wellness consult, go to Live Training and Replays, type in wellness consult, and then look for the most recent one here in our system, right? So I would actually say this is probably the best one to use. So when you click through there, you can actually see that there are resources included. And we are in the practice now of creating blog posts to host all of the content that we are keeping. So that'll be easier for you to find in the future. But some of the stuff is, if it's a bit older, then we started doing blog posts and you might not find it. All right. Thank you guys for sticking around and being amazing, asking so many great questions. If you have stuck around this far, I will also let you know you should stick around next week because we are going to have some done for you resources, yes, but we are also going to announce the Rose Oil winner. All right, so we will be back here same time next week. Till then, I hope you guys have a great week and we will see you then.